Hello everyone, welcome to another ISMONO podcast, and in this episode I'm very happy to have another female bag reviewer with me. It's Tiffany from Night Shift EDC. Hello Tiffany, thank you so much for taking the time.
You're welcome.
I'm very familiar with your content, but maybe for all of the listeners who don't know you, can you maybe do a little quick introduction to yourself and to your channel?
Definitely, yeah. So I'm Tiffany. My channel is Night Shift EDC, and I only started actually a couple of months ago. And what I like to focus on, more on the bag quality and design, and really kind of get into the nitty gritty of the design. And then usually I'm trying to show things that maybe other channels aren't showing, as far as like really small makers that other people might not know about.
Yeah,
and then I started learning how to sew about 6 months ago. So every once in a while, I throw my progress.
I would have assumed that you already have been doing seamstress. Is that, or knowing the ability, sewing a little bit longer? That's awesome.
No, about 6 months. And so I thought it'd be really fun to track my progress on social media, because why not? So, so I'll throw stuff on there, and that's been really fun to hear feedback from people about that too.
Oh, that's so cool. How did you get into this hobby?
Sewing or like...
Both.
All of the above.
What came first? Came reviewing bags first, or the interest to sew?
Sewing definitely came first.
Okay.
Yeah. And because when I started sewing, then I started realizing things about bags that I never did before.
Interesting.
Like how intricate or how difficult something would be to actually make. And then really starting to notice which bags were handmade and which were being made by a machine. And it was fine either way. I just found it really interesting. And then when I started finding the smaller makers and just the quality of what they were making. And on YouTube, I really couldn't find much about some of these brands. And I'm like, I want to show people this. So that's why I created the YouTube channel.
But how did it, you just said that sewing started first, or the interest of sewing.
Yes.
What exactly sparked that interest?
So it was once I started getting into bags about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I needed to, because I started working night shifts only in like a hospital setting.
Okay.
And I was the only provider there, so I couldn't leave for 12 hours. Overnight, there's nothing else there. So I had to have everything that I might need. And so I started getting like really organized and really getting into the bags. But it seemed like there's always one or two little things that were off on every bag, like always one or two things that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And then once I found the smaller makers, I'm like, wow, people actually make these. I want to do that. And I wanted to just make some of my own stuff. And it was very hard at first. It was not easy, but that's basically my goal eventually is I want to make my own backpack. And I've made a couple of prototypes, and there's some holes in them, like they're rough, so I can't use them yet. But I'm gonna get there one day. It's gonna be really cool.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Do you sew at all?
No, but I would love to. I honestly haven't started yet, because I just wouldn't know where to do it, because I would assume I need a big table, and then the machine will also take up some space, and I already got so many hobbies. I don't know where to put another table just for that.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's funny.
But I would love to. Are you teaching yourself just by tutorials on YouTube, or did you take some class for that as well?
Actually, neither. So there's a brand called Optimal Threadworks.
Okay.
And this guy named Elias, I don't even know what state he's in, but he's been teaching me just virtually. He'll send me a little video of how he made his pouch. And part of what's been really fun for me, and I think why my progress is a little bit slower than some others, is because it's very therapeutic and fun for me to just try to figure it out. So a lot of things are really, really bad at first, but then the next time when I get it right, I'm like, wow, that's cool. I figured that out.
Oh, that's so cool. And so you're starting to make your own kind of bags. I assume you haven't done a bag yet, but probably something smaller, or are you already in the process of making a bag yourself?
Yeah. I actually have a couple things that I made because I like using Dyneema and Cordura and like mixing it together. So here's one that I made.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's the Cordura with a Dyneema stripe.
Yeah.
And then they always have purple.
For the audio listeners, Tiffany just held up a small little pouch but definitely if you want to see what she has been making, go to the video version. Oh, that looks cool too. So that's a sling bag.
So so then this was the next step up.
Oh, cool.
Then I put a zipper for the phone on the back.
Yeah.
And then I actually put some like organization on this one.
Well, that's pretty intricate for your first tries, I guess.
Oh,
right?
You're being very kind. Thank you. So, but yeah, no, I'm having a great time. I love it. I think that it would stress me out if I were making it for other people and it needed to be a certain quality, then that would stress me out. But for now, it's just really fun.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I have many questions now, and I'm kind of thinking how in which order I'm going to ask you, but maybe maybe let's try to get a feel of what you need. And I would love to know, you just mentioned that you work night shifts at the hospital and you have to carry a bunch of stuff. So what's your everyday carry? Let's go over that first.
So everyday carry, not when I'm working?
No, when you're working.
When I'm working.
Yeah,
okay.
So in your back for work, basically.
Yeah. So when I'm working, I've got my stethoscope, and that comes in like a fancy kind of case that's big.
Okay. Yeah.
And then for some reason, I get really cold at night. So I always have a puffer jacket that I bring. And then I've got to bring food. And then there's about 4 different little handheld textbooks that I like that help me remember what dosage I'm supposed to give people.
Okay.
So, do you guys have physician assistants out there?
Probably.
In Germany?
Probably. I don't know what the German word is for that, but I assume
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, not quite the doctor, but like somebody else that will see patients that isn't a doctor.
Okay. So so in between a nurse and a doctor, is that
kind of?
Okay.
What we have, I'm not sure about other countries, but what we have here is something called physician assistant or physician associate.
Okay.
And there aren't any doctors in the house, actually. Like, it's just the PAs that see the patients.
Okay.
And that's just the way that this one is set up.
And that's basically your job, and therefore you have like manual notebooks where you note down, or is it digital what you do?
I've got basically other companies that make like cheat sheets, if you will, like antibiotic sensitivity sheets, like which antibiotic's going to be the best one, and if they're allergic to this, what will we go to next? And this clinic.
Why do you carry that to home? Can't you leave it in the locker at the hospital? Or
well, that's the thing. The way that it's set up is I have to take all my stuff to work with me and all my stuff back. There isn't a place to leave anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but that's quite a lot of stuff. I assume that you carry then a 20-liter backpack for all of those items?
Yeah. Sometimes I like carrying extra stuff as well. I think I just like having like my cap too from Evergoods. It's only half full. I really probably could find something else to fit all of those things into, but I really like the form factor and the shape of that. So I use it. It's always in my bag. So it definitely limits how small I can go. Just right off the cap
too, then? What do you pack in there?
What's inside mine? Actually, I have it. Let's take a look.
It's so interesting because I use it as a tech pouch, so I would really love to know what you use
to know
it
what's
for.
in mine. So this one's mine.
Oh, you got the red one. Oh, that looks great.
Yes. And this one is actually, I like to use it as I've got my toothbrush and toothpaste up top.
Okay, so
and then my mirror to be able to like do my eyebrows and a bunch of like lip gloss and all the little lotions. And then I have a CPR shield in case something goes down. I'm ready. And some medicines. So this is a mix between like a DOP kit and a little bit of a medicine kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have it with me.
That's so cool. So just to see how other people utilize that.
I know. I don't think I've seen anybody use it quite like this. Yeah. But it works so perfect that I tried the other day to move into something else, and it just didn't feel right. I'm like, nope, I got to go back.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the Cap 2 is just the way that you can put it on your desk as a desk cradle, and it makes it so useful. And now seeing how you utilize it is amazing. So what's your current everyday carry bag that you use to carry all of those office items to the hospital? What's your current bag?
So since even before the YouTube channel, I keep switching the bags because I have so many of them. And so typically I'll choose a bag that has a laptop compartment so I could take my laptop with me. And then it needs to be at least 20 liters or larger. But this week I took this one to work. That's a mystery wrench. What is it? It's the 2-day EDC. That's like the REI one. Yeah. So there's all this organization on the inside, which is kind of cool. But it's fun. So I try to take different bags every time because I'm trying to use them. Do I like it? I'm packing them out to be able to do a video on them eventually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have way too many bags right now. I can't imagine. How many bags do you have?
Too many.
Too many?
Yeah, I have here on this side of the room, there's a small little attic, and I have this moving boxes that are about, let me guess. We do everything in meters, so I try to guess in feet. 1, 2, 3, 4 feet long and maybe 2 feet wide and 3 feet high. So this typical moving boxes in Germany. And those are filled with bags. And I would say I have about 12 full of them.
Yeah. 12?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Now, are you keeping all of these? Are you selling them? Like, how do you decide what you're keeping and what you're selling?
I mean, the issue is if I would live in USA, I probably would sell all of them. Because I think there's ways that they are just gathering dust. The issue is international shipping. It is so expensive. I had so many people kind of contacting me and saying, "Hey, would you sell that back to me?" And I'm very willing to, but you're in USA and you have to pay like, I think it's at the moment it's like 69 euros.
60.
Yeah. And then you might have to deal with custom fees, and therefore I'm always saying, "Hey, it's better that you buy new in USA instead of buying used from me because shipping is way too expensive." So, and here in Germany, there aren't that many people that are very interested in this bag enthusiast space.
Yeah.
So predominantly they are here in my space. So I would love to know now that we kind of have a feeling of what you're using on a daily basis for work. I would love to know what features and what kind of look would your perfect bag have to cover, especially from not only your work perspective as someone who works in a hospital and has a different loadout than I mean, I always have like tech stuff, but also maybe from a female perspective.
Right. Yeah.
So what would your perfect what features and what look would your perfect bag need?
For the bag. Yeah. So I definitely have a type of bag that I gravitate towards. And I don't know if it's specifically because I'm female or not, but I really like bags that have technical fabric and heritage look at the same time, like somehow meshed together. So whether it be Cordura and then add some like X11 or add the Dyneema on the outside. Keep it sleek. I like having some sort of bulkier pocket in the front where you can quick access your stuff like your phone, your chapstick. I always have pepper spray with me and then like a little like pocket knife and stuff. So I love all of those things to be really accessible from the outside.
I can understand that.
And then on the inside, that's where I like to put more color. So on the inside, I like the louder colors, usually more feminine colors like the pink or the purple, which I'm starting to see more of that actually. Bag companies are putting more
visibility inside the bag. Yeah.
Right. And I think even guys like having colors on the inside, like the teal or the mint green that Air has now on the inside. I could see maybe years ago people thinking that was more feminine, but fortunately now I think that it's not as gendered anymore. But I like that. I like the pocket in the front. I like just a bucket style on the inside.
What do you mean by bucket style?
So basically, on the inside, it's just like an open space where I could put all of my pouches.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Even if it's not huge, but just something that's just like, instead of, or do they call them panel loaders? Is that basically what that means?
Not clamshell? Really sure. Yeah, I mean, clamshell is the opening, how you open it. And then top loading is basically when you open it up from the top and you can drop anything in. So, that's style. But bucket, bucket style is new to me. But I guess you mean that there isn't like unnecessary organization that would get in your way when you pack your pouches and stuff.
Correct.
So you like to pack modular. Okay.
Yeah. I may have developed that term on my own. It may not exist. Maybe
I like
something I just came up with. But yeah, you're exactly right. I like the clamshell. I like it to completely open if I want. Maybe a couple zipper pockets. And then I do like having separate laptop compartments.
Yeah.
So that would be one of my favorite bags. I have a thing for a sternum strap. I like that. And I like having load lifters, even if the bag is small.
Interesting. It's so interesting because in my last episode of the podcast, I interviewed another female creator, and she also said that she prefers bags with load lifters.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate why you like load lifters?
So I think because the way that bags are shaped probably are more for like the straight back of a male, and females have different curves places. So when you have that load lifter, you can adjust it to either like lift up above your butt or, you know what I mean? So you can move it around to where it's more comfortable for your body type.
It's so interesting because now having heard it from two different persons, it makes so much sense. And I would have never thought about that, to be quite honest.
Really? Really?
Yeah, because I dislike load lifters because I hate those straps that when I'm on a bicycle or on my motorcycle, it kind of dangles against my helmet.
It flops around.
Yeah,
okay.
I really dislike that. But it makes totally sense that you would need the fine adjustment for a different body type. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Like I had one of the companies make me a bag that was pretty small. I mean, 18-liter bag, really tiny. And I asked him to put load lifters on it. And he was like, I don't know that you need load lifters for a bag this small. And once I explained to him, it wasn't really for like weight distribution per se. It was more for just the way that the bag sits. And so he did it. And when he found out that I really liked it and that I use it, he like you was like, wow, I'm really surprised. I wouldn't have thought that.
Exactly. You would never think about it. And I mean, that kind of emphasizes how much the bag world is more catering towards a male demographic. Just because, I mean, for example, my wife really dislikes backpacks unless they are kind of those beautiful leather-made backpacks, but she would never wear like a GoRuck, for example. Or a Mystery Ranch. It's just not her taste, you know?
Would it be really huge on her too? Even if it's small, would it?
Also, yeah. We both aren't that tall.
Because I think I saw her in the, like the intro to your videos. I think that's her in your...
it is.
She's so tiny. So
she is. We're both really short.
It would be like a rocket pack. She's like, what?
Exactly. I mean, with me as well, when I have a backpack that is not that huch, but anything above 25 liters looks like a turtle shell. Mostly on me.
How tall are you again?
1 meter 70 centimeters, which is, let me just convert that. I always forget.
That's 5. Isn't that 5'6"?
Maybe, or 5'5".
Okay.
And feet 5'5". Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're pretty much the same height.
Yeah.
So I have the same. There's bags that I'm determined to carry. I'm like, I don't mind that this bag is swallowing me whole. I'm wearing this bag. But there's definitely like the Evergoods CTB 26 bag.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that. But man, it's
big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And so maybe one day I'll get the 20. I don't know. But I had to just let the 26 go because people were kind of making fun of me. They were like, wow, are you going on a trip somewhere?
Yeah. It's huge.
It is huge. I really like it though.
But that's actually a good somewhat segue. How do you think the female or your female perspective of bags differs from the male perspective? Do you think, what do you consider, what do you look for in a bag, and when do you think, oh, that's a good bag that I would somewhat easily be able to recommend to some of my girlfriends, for example? Is there something where you kind of look differently at bags?
Yeah, I have noticed a difference in what I recommend to my female friends versus the guys. And not all guys like tactical bags or tactical bags, but for the most part, I've noticed that that my female friends are not interested in if it's got a tactical vibe to it. So if they're liking a GoRuck bag, they're liking a slick bag. They're not liking just like the standard with the molly on the outside. I would say mostly my female friends are liking the Bellroy and Able carry bags. I think that they like the curves of it, the materials, like kind of like the richer colors that they offer on the inside. The blue X Pack has that like really pretty cream color on the inside for Able carry. Have you seen that?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, people really like that a lot.
Able carry overall is also a cool brand that I can see being unisex. Right.
Yeah, and I feel Bellroy falls into that as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
So it can be. So I don't know. It's really interesting, but that's kind of what I've noticed. I do know that there are girls that like some more tactical type stuff also, but I just think at this point, it's just people like what they like. Yeah. I don't know that it's super gendered anymore.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good answer. But still, I mean, it is a very male-dominated niche. What do you think? What do you think bag brands should do to make bags that are popular in the bag enthusiast niche more interesting to a female target demographic? Do you think, what could they do to kind of attract more females?
More females
in this space of bag enthusiasts?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I feel like they have been trying to do that more so now than they had before, but there's definitely some progress that could be made. Some of the things that have already been done are the different sizes in the bags, like the CTB 26, and then they offered, the CTB 20 and the CPL 16. So they're trying to go smaller. And I feel like women definitely like smaller. But it's hard because I'm thinking, ideally, I have all these ideas, but I know manufacturing would be a nightmare. So,
yeah, I mean, let's imagine manufacturing wouldn't be a nightmare. What would you do?
Okay, so manufacturing, not a nightmare. I would have just the shape of the back panel be different for women and the straps be different.
Okay.
So that's part of the biggest thing. And then, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of women, not all of them, but a lot of them do have kids. So offering more stuff for kids, like bottle holders that maybe so the bottle pocket also maybe having a little insulation to it also.
Yeah.
So that should you decide, oh, I'm going to use the sippy cup for my kid or the bottle for my kid, I can just use that. And if you don't have kids, then you just use it for your water bottle and you have a little bit extra insulation.
Yeah.
So a lot of it goes around the form factor, but then also I think women would like having some prints on the inside. Well, I should speak for myself. I think
Prints.
It would be neat.
What kind of prints?
Prints like, okay, so I will take the airbags that are pretty much standard. Well, when you look inside, it would be cool if there were, I don't know, like a galaxy print or something like that. Something fun.
Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, okay, interesting.
Like a style on the inside.
Yeah, I see.
Because if you think of I'm thinking of like Lululemon, which tends to cater towards women. Like, what are they doing more that others aren't? You notice that their straps and their form factors are more geared towards women. That's what I, in my opinion. But then also they'll have like a print, like a graphic on the inside that makes
it more fun, basically.
Yeah, more fun, kind of cute, kind of,
I like that.
match your vibe for the day.
I mean, especially in terms of interior, I think brands could be a little bit braver. And I totally agree with you. Make it a little bit more fun. I don't like the black interior fabrics. You can't see anything, and B, it's really boring.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. One, either make it colorful, but I really like your idea of having the inside be printed.
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be fun. And also it could be a fun way to kind of incorporate branding. I mean, you wouldn't need to go all out like the Louis Vuitton interior, but I don't like branding on the outside. But if a brand is kind of set on making the logo a little bit there, I would say just put it on the inside.
That's a great idea. They could come up with their custom material.
Yeah.
Their custom material, have whatever colors they want. And
that could be fun.
It's hard for me not to think of manufacturing because that's just the way my brain works.
Of course.
But they could always have like one special limited edition line. And that line, you always know that it's going to maybe have some fun, funky color on the inside. And that would be something that I could see liking.
Especially, Belroy, if you're listening, I mean, you have this cute little owl on your logo. And if that would be in the inside, on the lining, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. What I see for them would be having like some sort of like holographic lining because owls are out at night, right?
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, yeah, I think that would be so cool to have it lined with their little cute owl. I would love that.
That's an amazing idea.
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
So, Belroy, if you heard that, Night Shift EDC, that was her idea with the holographic owl print. So, can you elaborate a little bit on you just mentioned the back panel and the straps. Can you elaborate on what would you make different with the back panel and with the shoulder straps for female?
Yeah, sure. And I think that and some women are more curvy than others also. And so I would say maybe not every female would need something like this. But for the female body, I think that more of like a curve in the lumbar area.
Oh, like an S shape, basically, a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. The Evergoods bag just like sticks right into my low back. I know there's some people that say that.
That's the same with me.
And so I think it's just as limiting for people. And if they get to a point where they can offer the same bag but with two different back panels for Evergoods, I think that would be so neat because people are quite split. And so Yeah, have a different shape, and then also for the straps as they go across, instead of sometimes they're really out wide, just backpacks in general, and I feel like they're gonna fall off because our shoulders aren't as broad. So we would need to pull it in a bit, and then have some curvature instead of just going like right straight over.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, we call those booby squishers.
I think. Hold on, I need to write this down. Maybe that's the title of the episode. Booby squishers.
Yeah, I'm giving you a lesson here.
Squishers. Okay, maybe that's the title. What are booby squishers? What are booby squishers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, all of it just like it's not so much the actual bags. For the most part, it's not the features. It's just the way that it fits. Because when you have a bag that fits well, then, I mean, you know, jeans are made different for different genders. And shirts are made different. And shoes. I mean, everything's made different for the genders. Osprey does make bags for each gender. And the only thing that I don't like about that is they make it so polarizing to where they have like pink bag and a bright green bag, and then the men will be orange and black. And I'm like, I might not want to carry a pink bag. Like I might just want a girl's bag that's a normal, like not gonna stand out like a sore thumb kind of bag. So when people start splitting it into genders, I do notice that the colors start to get like really, really out there sometimes, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I can totally understand that. Yeah, but I mean, that's why I think this conversation is so interesting, and also to some degree, I don't want to. Wow, you have your phone actually telling you that's an unknown caller. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a spam. They've been spamming us up.
I've been being spammed so much. I have a Samsung phone, and it actually tells me if it's a spam call. That's one of the best features on Samsung phones. Actually, I'm not sure.
You have the Fold phone, don't you?
Yeah.
That thing's giant. It's like
it is
like
it's
a whole book.
It's like 2 phones basically.
So what are you doing that you need that much real estate on your phone?
Answering emails is really good on.
But like, so you're typing like.
Yeah, you fold it up basically, and then you type like on a tablet. Imagine you type on a iPad Mini.
Oh.
So that's.
So you have a lot of emails to answer then.
Yeah. It's because usually when I go to work, I could either bring my laptop or my phone, because when I'm at work, I usually have a computer provided to me. I have to work on a different computer. But
so you don't need to bring your own then?
Yeah. And then I rather answer all of the emails on my phone.
That makes sense.
Also, when you're traveling, it's great to watch movies, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you don't have to carry a tablet with you, and then you can just do that.
So I did go to Best Buy, which is one of our electronics stores out here.
I love it.
And I opened up the phone, and it's like that part in the middle just disappears. It just looks like it was always. It's magical. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's I
don't know how they do it.
It's a really good phone. If you are not set on an iPhone, I would really recommend a Samsung folding phone. It's so much fun. So. What was it? I would love to know, what's your current favorite bag? No.
Okay. Well, it definitely does change.
I know it's difficult. Yeah.
But right now, I had a custom made from Interim Design.
Okay.
It's this guy that only started building bags within the last year.
Okay.
And the fact that he could even do this.
What's it called? Interim Design.
Interim Design, yeah. And this is it here.
Oh, that's a beautiful color. Is it green? Is that a green color?
No, it might be coming up green, but it's just black Eco Pack.
Okay.
And what's cool about it is he like put all the little features that I would like. So it's so small, but it fits my 16-inch MacBook Pro.
Oh.
It has a hidden water bottle holder.
Okay.
Like just all these and load lifters when it's completely unnecessary for the size of the bag.
Yeah.
But then the front panel is all Velcro. So I can pull off the panels, and then I made a bunch of panels to go on the front so I can feel like I have different bags all the time.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm on the Instagram page at the moment. Interesting. And that's so cool.
So having that bag that fits all of my stuff really well, and then knowing that I can make the different color panels, I feel like I have 10 different bags just with that one bag.
Okay, that's cool. So that's your current favorite backpack. Do you also carry a sling bag on a daily basis?
Yeah. Right now I'm using the Camel Chops Mr. Trigger version 2.
You have a dog. I didn't know that you have a dog.
Yeah, sorry.
What kind of dog? No, don't say sorry. I love dogs. What kind of dog do you have?
I have 2 French bulldogs.
Oh, okay. I can see now why they allow.
If somebody, the house across the street from me is selling their house. And so every time people are driving up right now to look at the house and they don't recognize them, they're barking out the window.
Oh, that's so cute. But I mean, that's the best alarm system that you can have, basically.
It's very effective. Yeah. And their little barks are so shrill too. Like,
So sling bags. Do you carry a sling bag also on a daily basis?
I have a collection of sling bags, and I don't usually carry a purse per se. I'll put all my stuff in my sling bag and then throw it in my backpack. And so if I'm going to my car, I take my backpack with my sling bag in it.
Okay.
And then if I'm going into the grocery store, I just take the sling bag out and use that. Sense. It'll have all of like my wallet, my keys, the essentials in there.
But that means that you preferably use a small sling bag, I assume, right? Because a big sling bag will occupy a lot of space in your backpack,
correct.
Right?
Yeah, everything is typically 2 liters, maybe 2.5 at the biggest that I'm using on a daily basis.
And which one do you use at the moment?
Right now, I've got the Mr. Trigger that I'm using, the Camel Chops.
Mr. Trigger. Wow, do you use so many many
he's
bags
one of the he's in Scotland.
Trigger bags.
And he's a smaller maker that does some really cool stuff.
I can't find. How do you write
Camel
trigger?
Chops?
Oh, the Camel Chops sling bag. Let's see.
Yeah, and he has some really fun stuff. He actually put X-Pac Dino print on the inside of mine. So it's black on the outside, really sleek. You know, I can take it out even somewhere nicer. But then as soon as you open it, it's like party on the inside. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really exciting.
He has a lot of fun colors. That's cool. So, but how's your sling bag called? Which one?
Mr. Trigger.
Oh, the bag is called
Season 2.
Oh, it's no, it's not here. No,
you're looking on the website.
Yeah, Mr. Heckles, but no, Mr.
not Mr.
Trigger.
Heckles.
Okay, but really fun design. Okay, and so what's inside that sling bag? You just said wallet. What wallet are you using?
So I put in. She's barking outside the door. She wants in.
You can let her in.
Oh. So she'll make an appearance, I'm sure. She's wanting to play, so yeah.
Totally understandable.
Yep. So I'll put in pepper spray, pocket knife, my wallet, my keys. I usually keep 3 different types of lip treatment. Okay. I don't know why. Like I'll have regular lip balm, and then I'll have like an ointment, Aquaphor usually. And then I have this lip mask that I like keeping with me. And it's just whatever it is I feel like using.
What is whatever a lip mask?
It's like one of the fancier kind of salves that you would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like women will use it and put it on their lips before bed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'll show you one.
I guess also being in the hospital. Okay.
It's just, they're all essentially the same thing.
But
they're just called different stuff.
I haven't been into a hospital, fortunately, for a very long time. Is the air being processed in a hospital? I mean, because I'm asking, I was in Thailand a couple of months ago, and I have been flying for like 20 or traveling for 20 hours, only being in an airport and an airplane. And I noticed how difficult it was for me to kind of get proper oxygen because everything was like air conditioned or kind of filtered or whatever. So the air was really dry. Is it similar in the hospital? Do you have like air filters or is there air conditioning or anything like that makes
now, that was one of your more recent videos, actually, right? In the last couple of months, at least. I remember seeing that. I thought that was really interesting. So certain parts will be limited. Got her. Trying to make a stink. This is Lily, and she's a diva.
Yeah, I can see that she's a diva.
Yes. So, certain parts of the hospital are off of filtered air, and other parts are not. I'm more in a satellite building on its own, disconnected. So if somebody needs to be admitted, then I have to have them transported over to like the big building, if you will, like the main hospital. So where I'm at, the air is not, it's just normal AC, no extra filtering.
Do you have to wear a mask most of the time?
Yeah, I wear N95 pretty much the whole time. Right now, because it's flu season, COVID season out here. And then when it's not respiratory season, I'll wear just one of the regular masks. When I go in to see patients, I wear it. It's just a habit I'm into now.
But then I can totally understand that you need or want at least a specific treatment for your lips. I can see that. That
and the ointment I like put here. Because the first
sense.
2 years that COVID came out, I mean, it broke my skin out so bad because I didn't know I needed to change my facial like care routine.
Of course,
And so now I feel like I finally got it down. But I still do get like a little bit of breakout, which this camera quality might not be good enough to see. There's going to be some because of the way that it's rubbing.
Yeah, I mean,
so you're 12 hours in an N95.
Yeah.
Then you get like indents in your face.
Yeah, I can see that. It's strange that they haven't kind of developed something better for you in the healthcare system that would be a little bit not as rough on your skin. It's crazy, right? That they haven't developed anything better.
Yeah, I do find that interesting. It just doesn't seem to be a priority at the moment.
Yeah. So, okay, so in your sling bag, you mentioned knife, pepper spray, wallet, your lip balms, maybe a mask, right?
Maybe a mask, keys. And then I have just like a little itty bitty thing of lotion.
So let's go in detail. Because I'm pretty sure many people would be interested in the details. So what knife are you carrying?
I just happen to have everything with me right now.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
the Bedrock knife from the James brand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kind of a fun one. Have you heard of the Bedrock edition?
On. James brand Bedrock.
Is this one?
No, the Red Rock. I
was it Red Rock? What did I say? Bread Rock? I don't know what I said.
Redstone. The
Redstone.
Yeah, Redstone.
Yeah.
I have two of those. Those are fun.
And then I have one from Civivi.
Yeah.
Which
Civivi
is
amazing as well.
A little baby banter.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
With the
cool.
Damascus blade. I think they call it.
Oh, those are fancy.
Yeah. And those are the only two I have. I splurged on the two. So
but the
I've
Redstone
had them both
is
for
fun.
a while.
I like that color that you have. The turquoise salmon or whatever that is. Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. Good choice.
Yeah. Thank you. And I really like the way that the blade is.
Yeah,
really works really well.
Yeah. What do you use the serrated blade for? Or what do you use the blade overall for?
Okay, so opening boxes, number one.
Yeah, same.
And then at work, sometimes if things are slow, then I help the nurses and stuff stock up everything. So we got to cut down the boxes after.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And this part is really good for breaking down.
The serrated part, yeah.
Yeah. the box material.
Oh, okay. So you really use it a lot on a daily basis then, I guess.
Yeah, I end up using my knives quite frequently.
That's really cool.
And sometimes it's completely unnecessary, and I'm like, nope, let me grab my knife.
That's amazing.
Gotta use it.
I like that. I really like the Redstone. I know James Brand gets a lot of flack for being somewhat like a hipster brand, but I really like them. I think the designs are really cool and fun and not as intimidating. Yeah. I mean, I like the Redstone a lot, especially the colored ones, because they are fun and to some degree not intimidating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
How about your wallet? What wallet do you use?
So I made my own wallet that I've been using for like the last 3 months, and I just liked it so much that I decided to stay in the wallet. But it's pretty simple. So I put a patch field on the front. Cool. And this is purple Dyneema. Okay. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then, I like mixing the different fabrics. Yeah. So on the inside, I actually have leather, like genuine cowhide leather. And then Multicam Tropic X-Pack. Yeah. And then more purple Dyneema. And then it even has like a money holder thing. So yeah, it's perfect. So I'm pretty simple when it comes to wallets. Like I just need the bare minimum, and I love this thing. That's cool. Yeah. And it's fairly minimal. I mean... Yeah, it's very minimal. I don't want to sound a little bit too... Oh, what's English? What you going to say? Go ahead and say. Is prejudice the right... I'm not sure if that's the right word. I've kind of... what's the right word in English? Hold on. Google Translate. Google Translate... German to English. Biased. I don't want to be too biased in a way that female wallets are a specific way, but just from what I can tell, many female wallets are huge just because you need the coins, and for some reason so many cards that I don't really understand. So it's kind of interesting to see you have a very minimalist wallet. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of my, I like to keep things like very, I mean, I feel like streamlined and pretty minimal, and I don't know. But I know exactly what you're talking about because my sister's wallet and my mom's, huge, I mean, they seem like a person of themselves. Yeah. I'm like, what do you even have in there? Exactly. And I think they're keeping everything from the last couple of years just in case. And I tried to get my wife on a minimalist wallet, but she needs coins so many times. I don't really know for what, to be honest. But she always has coins. And I mean, that's what I was going to say. What is she using the coins for? To be fair, I'm always asking her for coins, so I shouldn't be that loud because I always ask her. In Germany, to get like the shopping cart, you need to put like a €1 coin into them to get the shopping cart. Okay. Well, there you go. So, I mean, because she could use a coin purse and then just have her wallet be separate. Yeah, maybe. But then that's carrying two things. Yeah. So, I mean, in Germany, we need coins for so many things still. Or like a parking ticket, you also pay with coins. You can pay. What's a pocket ticket? Parking ticket for your car. Oh, a parking ticket. Okay. Yeah. So most of them work with a card, but some of them still have coins. Yeah, we really just don't see a lot of that. In my area, at least, most of it is on the phone now. You just put your phone up to the meter. No one's really taking coins. What about for, do you guys have to pay for your grocery bags? Yeah. But in the grocery store, we always pay with cards. It's just for the small little things where you sometimes need coins. Or when you tip someone like a pizza delivery guy or something, then we use coins. They get coins? Usually. Yeah. We don't have a $1 bill, so the bills start at 5. Okay. That's why we have so many coins. So we have €1, €2, 50 cents, 20 cents,
10 cents. And then the bills start at 5, 10, 20, 50.
That makes a lot of sense because if you couldn't have $1 bills, you need the ones.
Exactly. That's why we have so many coins here in Germany or in Europe.
Maybe they'll switch to you guys getting a $1
I don't need cash anymore, to be honest.
No?
I would love to get rid of cash, but I kind of understand that cash is important to some degree.
Yeah. One day I'm sure it will be gone, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. So I'm interested. Would you mind sharing your pepper spray? Is there?
Yeah,
because
not at all.
I haven't seen a pepper spray in a while. Is it a big? Oh, that's tiny. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the size of a knife, basically. Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm. And is that street legal in USA? Because in Germany, it's not street legal. Oh, okay.
Don't know, don't care.
Because in Germany, it's not street legal, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. You are only. It's somewhat of a gray area, as far as I know. You can use it as animal defense tool. Mm-hmm. So against an aggressive dog or a bear. But you are not. As soon as you use it against a human being. You're basically
even if they're coming after you.
Not sure.
Okay,
But as far as
because
I
that's
know,
the only reason. That's the only reason I would use this is in like self-defense.
Yeah, of course.
So, that's really interesting. I don't know. But
so
I do want to point out. You see how they match?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of?
It's really small. I would have assumed that it's because I haven't seen pepper spray in so many years. I thought it would be like a deodorant can size.
So
I
think what you're thinking of is the bear spray. They're the ones that are a lot larger.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And it's even, like on a little keychain, so you could.
Yeah.
I don't really hang it off the end of my bag, but even when I go for a hike, I'll take my pocket knife, a flashlight, and this with me, and I don't know. I just feel ready for anything if I have all of it.
I mean, your channel name says it all. I mean, you work at night, you start at night, so I can totally understand that you want to be safe, and having all of those precautions like a knife, flashlight, and pepper spray makes so much sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I would assume that especially when you go to work in a parking space, you would try to be safe as best as possible. Yeah.
And in the morning before I get into my car, I do 360 and walk around, just make sure nothing looks off. And usually when I'm doing the 360, I'm kind of looking into the back seat, make sure nobody has tried to climb in.
Oh, that's good.
Because kind of near this area, I know that there's a homeless camp. And so if that were me, I'd want to try to find somewhere warm, warm to sleep. So, but just make sure no one's borrowed my trunk for the night.
Oh, that's such a good and important method to stay safe. To just check out the car and everything. I mean, also just check out if like a tire is broken or whatever. So that's a really good idea, actually.
Thanks, Bo.
Awesome. So thank you so much for taking the time and joining me on this podcast. Where can people find you?
Oh, so I have a YouTube and I also have an Instagram. And the YouTube channel is Night Shift EDC. And hopefully you'll help me and link it to the podcast so they can find it.
I will. Okay. I will, definitely.
And then my Instagram is also Night Shift EDC. And of course, the night shift is because I work night shift. So I got real creative.
Yeah, everyone, definitely check out Tiffany's channel at Night Shift EDC and also on her Instagram, but I will obviously link it in the description below. Again, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Bo. I was really excited about it. Geeking out for a while.
That was so fun, and definitely a couple of very new perspectives and learnings on this episode.
Awesome.
And everyone, if you have any questions, definitely also comment below. And we hear you in the next episode. Thank you very much.
Cool.